Resolution Games might have cracked it here. The Swedish studio's back catalogue, overwhelming in number, is filled with cheery games, all with a faint smack of commerce. Whether it's freemium experiments or tie-ins with irritating animals, the studio, notably formed by Candy Crush developer Tommy Palm, has struggled to escape that cynical stigma. Acron does just that. More so than any Resolution title before it, this plays like a game where fun is front and centre. And what fun Acron can be. It's a VR party game best played in local multiplayer. One player puts on a headset to embody a tree. Between 2 to 8 others jump in via a free smartphone app to become squirrels. Squirrels want the tree's golden acorns, and the tree has to protect them in matches lasting no longer than a few minutes. What follows is a frantic and fantastical mix of party madness and, with time and coordination, cunning strategy. For the VR player, Acron is a fast-firing game of whack-a-mole sprinkled with a few tactics. You need to knock squirrels down by throwing projectiles which come in 3 varieties. There's a fast-spawning standard seed, a larger one that explodes, and sap to slow your enemies down. Better yet, if a squirrel dares come too close, you can pick them up and toss them like a leafy King Kong. The controls are critically simple, and the experience conveys the wonderful thrills of bringing virtual worlds to life with ease. This is a great place to introduce VR to friends and family. Wielding your giant tree hands in particular is a wonderfully surreal sensation. Like Rad TV and Puppet Fever before it though, Acron does threaten to grow stale as soon as it starts. I'm yet to see a VR game that doesn't burn out eventually, but reassuringly, Acron keeps finding ways to amuse. It's kept me and different groups of friends laughing in anywhere between 20 to 60 minute play sessions in which we've been eager to pass the headset over and start yelling over the top of each other. When everyone's past the short learning curve, it becomes a riotous romp. Much of that comes from strategizing as the squirrels. Mobile play is initially something of a train wreck. Everyone just sort of dashes towards the shiny golden prize in what looks like a woefully inaccurate recreation of D-Day. But as players start to grasp the game, which takes no more than a few rounds, plans start to develop. There are 4 different types of critter, each with a special power like sprinting, digging tunnels, generating shields, or building bridges. A more seasoned team might provide cover with shields and bridges, while one player burrows beneath them. In one particularly proud moment, I crept around the left side of the map while my teammates successfully distracted the enemy on the right. It's telling that in one session I played, my friends initially complained that the squirrel side couldn't possibly win. The tree's ammunition comes thick and fast, and with a sturdy aim, which seems ever so slightly assisted, can seem overpowered. But as we kept playing, the conversation changed to the point where the tree players were losing more often than not. In fact, the game's balance is often dependent on level design. Some courses, like a multi-layered set of ramps or one with a lake that rises and empties, are necessary additions to give VR players a leg up. When pitted against fields with barriers that pop after the push of a button, the odds are stacked the other way. Overall, the mix is pretty even-handed. A shame then that there are only a handful of levels, all of which you can see through pretty quickly. Acron is undeniably light on content, and I feel like it could benefit from more character classes and ammunition types too. Having said that, I've rarely felt done when enjoying the game with others, although not especially compelled to revisit it with the same group. That is, at least not without any new content to see or a long stretch between play sessions. True, that's a negative in some respects, but it's also the kind of existence popular games like Jackbox and Mario Party enjoy. Crucially though, the game doesn't have to be played locally. Yes, Acron was designed with couch multiplayer in mind, but players from across the world can join in too. Playing with my colleagues on the other side of the globe over voice chat was the perfect workaround when I wasn't able to arrange a local session. The only obvious downside is being unable to switch the headset over. I'd welcome some sort of in-VR phone emulation so that people who have paid for the game can replicate the couch experience on the fly too. Acron is something of a delight then. Certainly not an epiphanic bastion of VR immersion, but a hectic hassle of shouts and screams that exposes the platform's more playful side. Played with friends, it's a wickedly entertaining package that will have you passing the headset in rapid succession. There's a slickness to the production and design here, one that removes the baggage of other VR party games. Even as headsets start to become more accessible, Acron is remarkably light to the touch. I played Acron on Oculus Quest, and the game is now available on that platform along with the Rift and Vive. The free app, meanwhile, is available on both iOS and Android.